Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the UIS. How is everyone doing tonight? Shanny's Titty Warts, welcome. Autistic Pelican Fuckers 420 Cummies, good to see you. Very uneventful day today. Hope you all were blessed with the same kind of bullshit. It's always best when nothing, absolutely nothing happens. No weird car problems, no weird people showing up at work. I did wander around the internet today for you guys and found a couple of videos. One I'd seen before, which was Queen Cobra, NAL's infamy before King Cobra. I think a lot of us know some of it, but there's not a whole lot of videos covering it. Thought maybe I'd have to be one of the ones to create one, but luckily that's not the case. We have a couple. Like I said, one I've already seen, and it was pretty good, by Cobra TV, I think. And then there was another one too, which I'll put the link on the screen when we actually get into that. Other than that, wish someone would do a full documentary on NAL. I've thought about it. I have thought about it. Some of you who are newer might not know of my documentary series, which has 5 episodes, but it only covers one subject right now, and that was Cyrax, and that was the lolcow landfill. The lolcow landfill was never meant to be only about Cyrax. It was meant to be about, whoever. But I've only gotten around to making it on Cyrax, because those who make content know that sometimes you kind of get stuck in a subject, and it's hard to switch. It's hard to get out of that subject. And so, and believe me, I've tried, and it gets sucked back in. But after Marty died, not a whole lot going on. I don't think anything of note will go on except just the same old stuff repeated over and over again. Stuff probably not worth making any additional long form content on. If he spurgs out once or twice, make a quick video, no big deal. But to make an actual 3, 4, 5, 6, and in one case it was a 12-hour documentary, it's just, there's no content there. It's just him sitting in a room seething with this bad audio, not even saying anything. You can just tell the audio's bad with the high-pitched squealing. And so, long story short, perhaps now could be the next subject for the lolcow landfill. Because a lot of the other ones, there's so much stuff already. It's hard to make a lolcow landfill on DSP. There's huge videos about him already. Everybody knows everything. Same with Wings of Redemption, Boogie, hell, even Keemstar, all of them. Someone smashed the grave of Raxo's dead relative. I didn't see that they smashed it. I did see where William Gloryhole said someone needed a new headstone, and I saw the picture, but it didn't look smashed. I might have, maybe I should have actually opened the picture. I might have actually seen what you were talking about, but I did not see that. Oh, we'll have to take a look right now before we get into the NAL stuff. There's always time for a little bit of Raxo. Let's see. William Gloryhole. Let me switch over to the view screen. Isabella Rose, welcome. DSP is so boring and unfunny. He does have a very punchable face. Oh my God, he does. And the voice. Said the only way I can really listen to him and watch him is when somebody else makes the content better, and that way I don't have to really worry about the voice. Like Lechero with his cartoon series on DSP, Familia, and an H-Bomb where he messes with his voice. or other content creators who do the normal, you know, throwing in funny clips here and there. All right, let's switch over to here. Hey, Charlie, come to say hi. You come to say hi. Yes, you did. You little shit. All right, I keep clicking the wrong damn scene. There we are. All right, there's William's channel, and let's see what we've got. New tombstone pieces. Oh, someone's buying the tombstone. Okay, so no, I definitely didn't see that. Let me see. This is the one I saw. Your brother might need a new headstone. So yeah, this is what I saw, and it didn't look too messed up. It looked old, but now I see what you're talking about. Yeah, the new picture. Peter Arntzen. Which I know all's fair in the Rax verse, but here's no real. Can't really tell if this guy was a bad guy or not. It's not one of the known ones. And this, I assume, is one of Sally's relatives and not the, what's his name? Damn, I forgot, Smith, Rupel Smith. Chance will see this and say, why the fuck would Marty do this? Are headstones edible, Cyrax? Yeah. Yep, they bashed it. Hey, Ellie Ray or Eli Ray. Good to see you. That is true. There is Sally's other daughter, which she seems okay. The one that does the interviews with Death by Design. But I think there was some rumors that she may not be blood related to Sally after all. Maybe that explains why she has the common sense to get away from that. Going to get your birthday dinner. Well, happy birthday. Hope you have a great birthday. So last night, I tend to, skim through the stream afterwards just to make sure I didn't do anything stupid. It seemed like last night things kept cutting out. Like the audio on not just my voice, but even the videos. I don't know what the hell was going on there. So if anything like that goes on tonight, let me know. I don't know if I can fix it, but at least I start to narrow it down. Zodacity Audacity, welcome. It was the latter. No problem. Eli Ray, good to see you. All right, so who's going to start the party by singing Isabella Rose her happy birthday song? All right, let's see. A couple of other channels I found. Review Archive USA, which seems more like a Review Tech USA archive channel, but there's a lot of Queen Cobra stuff on here too. This is an edited stream because most of it was her sleeping and saying nothing. The eulogy, say goodbye, this is it stream. Originally published 8/13, so it's been a while. It was just published by this guy yesterday. All right, and this is the one that I have seen before. The Wicked Origins of Jessica Ann Boyle, now Queen Cobra JAB, by Kagra TV, which I think I have that link up at the top already set. This is Review Archive USA's Queen Cobra playlist, which we watched a little bit of this video just last night with NAL's dad telling her off. Who was Queen Cobra with before KingCobraJFS? The Xanthony Files, which is in reference to Anthony being Blue God for the win. And so this is a 13-minute video. I think focusing mostly on that Blue God guy. And we also have the body cam where Nal's mom tries to get them to take her away. And the Girlworld zone, which has some of Nal's stuff backed up. So if nothing else, lots of place to compile stuff for the potential video to come, the new lolcow landfill of NAL, if I create one. So yeah. So without further ado, The Wicked Origins of Jessica Ann Boyle by Cobra TV.
God.
Let's get back to the beginning. And Cobra is one of those content creators who uses the little animated icon as her avatar. She was doxxed while fucking around in Girlworld long before. I'd heard that she was doxxed like almost immediately. And as far as her getting arrested, it's who knows if that'll happen. But it's the great thing about most states and cities in America, how everything is so public records. So we'll get footage of it. We'll get documentation of it if it ever happens. All right, here we go. Some viewers, shit, not all viewers.
If you've been on the internet for as long as I have, you've no doubt found forum posts detailing lonely young men so desperate for companionship and intimacy that they would seek advice on supernatural solutions to their suffering. Boys and men asking how to perform magical rituals to summon a succubus who might lay with them, regardless of the cost. I, like many of you, used to believe these endeavors to be feeble and doomed gestures of the utterly desperate. Obviously, these rites could bear no fruits, as demons, and more specifically succubi, exist only in the realms of fantasy and religious delusion. However, I may well have been made a believer by the subject of today's video, and you might feel the same by the time this is all over. One accursed day, a woman seemingly emerged from a portal to the lowest rent neighborhood in hell to end the 6-year dry spell of a so-called gothic wizard. This man was a lonely artisan, demonstrating chi balls on live streams and crafting literal magic wands for sale, while bemoaning his lack of companionship. The exact sort you'd expect to, unironically and in the depths of his lurid desire under the cover of night, Google the phrase, "How to summon a succubus." However, this is not his story.
No one try this, please.
This is the story of a woman, not a trifling accessory to a man, not the queen defined only by her relationship to her king.
No, of course not.
This is the tale of a bog witch, a BP demon, a primordial avatar of misery. This is the story of Jessica Ann Boyle.
Goddamn bog witch.
Jessica Ann Boyle was born on June 7, 1984, to Nancy and John Boyle in Portsmouth, Virginia. Jessica,
That's Portsmouth, by the way. Portsmouth, not Portsmouth.
also known as Naked and Laughing, or NAL for short, is a 40-year-old cam girl and self-titled eBay Antiques reseller who lives in a loft over her parents' bedroom in her childhood home of Virginia Beach. Much like any good attic dwelling,
That's kind of like that, yeah.
Jessica is a frequent source of disturbances in the home. Here's the video that most people first saw when Jessica entered the broader online public consciousness.
Lord Vishnu, welcome. And Kenneth, how you doing? I thought they would have at least changed the locks. Look at her showing off. Look how cool. Show that Demogorgon lamp. Parents downstairs just praying for death. Jesus. Definitely Messica. Jesus Christ. And then yell at chat.
As you can
For
see,
being
there's
nosy.
no clear cause for her lighting fixture aggressions in this clip. Jessica Boyle really is the type of gizzard lizard to wake up and choose violence for violence's sake. If she isn't drunkenly yelling, crying, or gooning in front of her camera, she's locking herself in the bathroom for hours on end while shrieking some truly despicable things at her elderly parents.
Chato's got both hands busy right now.
You're telling me to hush? I didn't even do anything. I'm washing my face off. How can I wash my face when I'm being fucking abused? On that long. What are you doing? I haven't done anything to you. Why are you telling me to shut up? I didn't do anything.
0 to 100 in
I'll turn
1
the water off
second.
and I can wash my face off.
Are you going to stop?
Oh my God! I need to wash it off.
You need to shut the fuck up.
I need to wash my
You need to shut the fuck up.
You aren't going to leave here tomorrow. You might go to the fucking hospital. One way or the fucking other.
Hey, Too
Do you
Delicious,
understand
welcome.
me?
There's a piss out of my face.
Do you understand?
Give me respect! Fuck you!
Give me
I'm trying to wash
respect.
my face!
Jessica has always sort of very obviously hated her family. Kiwi Farms users have found blog posts detailing her hatred dating back as early as 2003, when she would have been about 19 years old. In these posts, she
I'd
discusses
poison my
how she
mom
wishes
if I
her
could
mom
get
would have
away
been
with it.
poisoned, how her family unfairly blames
Oh,
her
are
for
you happy?
damage done to her brother's girlfriend's vehicle, how her
Gertie and the Fiend,
then-boyfriend
welcome.
Keith was a piece of trash for not getting her booze, and a post detailing a violent altercation with her sister that resulted in Jessica having the cops called on her. According to her blog, Jessica's family has always favored her younger sister Faye. Jessica claims that her sister always got everything she asked for, while her mom ruins Jessica's clothing and regularly for
Yeah, Andy Ditch, was it the Visine in the coffee maker or some shit? That guy's whack too.
gets her birthday. Now is a good time to mention that, according to Jessica's recent ex, Joshua Saunders, Jessica alleges that her parents
Yeah, 20
allowed her to
years
be
ago,
sexually
she was thinking
exploited
about
by an
killing her
adult when
family.
She was 15. This is a very serious claim, and if it is true, it would provide strong context for why Jessica is the way she is, along with explaining
sludge
the
count?
animosity she
Epsom
holds
salt.
for her family.
Okay.
It's difficult to know just what to believe when Jessica talks about her past, as in more modern times, she's been proven to lie about herself and others regularly in order to garner sympathy and attention, all while abusing those closest to her without remorse. Despite Jessica's fondness for deception, it's important to remember that 1 in 9 girls in the USA under the age of 18 have been sexually assaulted, and this statistic goes up massively in homes like Jessica's, where drug abuse and poverty are involved.
She does claim that she was messed around with, lost her virginity to a PDF at the age of 15. Which, you know, sucks for anybody, but with her, it's sad that you doubt that it's true, just because of who she is and who she's always been. It just sucks that someone could be that disgusting that you wouldn't believe anything they say.
If the claims Jessica makes about her family and her upbringing are true, or even mostly true, I can't help but wonder what kind of person Jessica would have grown to become
there's no
if
way
she had
Josh
a
did
family
that.
that made her feel safe and loved. Of course, we don't live in that ideal world. We live in the world where Jessica became the woman who taunted and berated her most recent ex-boyfriend while he held the barrel of a shotgun under his chin,
Jesus.
all while live streaming it for an audience of thousands. But I'm getting ahead of myself here. Let's take a few steps back. The cam girl era. In 2013, Jessica entered her cam girl era, which is honestly the least interesting bit of Jessica lore to me. I have nothing against sex workers, and I don't blame a girl for getting her bag. She was an adult, she hosted lewd live streams on a site meant for adults to host lewd live streams. I mean, what do you want from me?
Yeah,
Pics,
should I keep hitting
vids?
myself?
No. They exist, they're underwhelming, and I wouldn't suggest going to look for them. Is she weirdly hostile to her audience during those streams?
Yes.
Probably. Does she get drunk and high while performing? Almost certainly. Is the vibe in her shows weirdly negative and whiny? One can only assume so. Jessica, as we can see from all of her modern live streams, is far from an enjoyable watch. She's basically always drunkenly rambling about how much she hates someone or something, or how she doesn't have the thing she wants. She insults her audience by making jokes about how they should go commit necrophilia and incest with a parent's corpse.
Jeez.
I don't imagine she brings fun, bimbo-fied, party girl energy to her sexy streams. It's probably a lot of dead air, a lot of her looking with dead eyes off to the side, being partially out of frame, and a lot of TV background noise with her occasionally yelling at someone else in her house while getting increasingly intoxicated. Basically, I imagine her paid streams are
She
regular
brings joy to
streams,
every
but
room
with
she
more
vacates.
bogacy.
Yes.
The Craigslist incident. Let's talk about the Craigslist incident.
So yeah, they're getting into her putting a kid on Craigslist. But Gertie, I agree. I think we all have said that. If it wasn't for her, he would not have gotten kicked out of his apartment. Most likely, Aaron would still be alive, and Cobra. I think him getting kicked out of the apartment was the start of things, of course, and nothing but misery to everyone she touches.
For a moment, shall we? Now, this is a bit of Jessica lore that I was entirely unaware of before writing this script, and honestly, I can think of nothing more suiting for the type of person that Jessica appears to be. Apparently, Jessica had a bit of a fondness for threatening to post people's images and contact information on Craigslist under the personal section. If you aren't familiar, Craigslist is a local buying and selling website with subdomains for virtually every city and town in North America.
Right.
Up until 2018, it included a dedicated personal section for things like casual encounters, men seeking men, women seeking women, and other intimacy-seeking categories. It probably sounds a little sleazy now, but this was essentially what people used before apps like Tinder and Grindr created the gamified, commodified hookup culture we have today. Anyway.
And if I'm not mistaken, she did this to this minor, putting her on Craigslist because she wouldn't sell her drugs, give her drugs, something about now not getting drugs because of this girl. And that's what caused her to put her on Craigslist.
Anyway, Jessica allegedly got mad at a 16-year-old girl and posted her picture and phone number on Craigslist. Here is a related review made in 2016 for the Home Depot that Jessica worked at. Earlier this week, my daughter and I were shopping at your Virginia Beach location. My daughter noticed a female employee named Jessica Boyle that she recognized. The only reason my daughter knows this female is because on October 11th, 2015, Jessica posted my daughter, who was a minor, on Craigslist for sex. I am shocked that you allow people who do such terrible things to work for you, especially since she did this to a child. You must not do background checks on your employees. Either that or you just don't care. Anyone who hurts a child like that should not be able to work around children. You should know that the Central for Missing and Exploited Children was contacted and a report was filed. The investigation remains open. Miss Boyle did remove the post, but the damage had already been done. My daughter received tons of phone calls, text messages, and very inappropriate pictures from men. She should not be allowed to work around children of any age where she has the ability to one day harm them in the way that she has my daughter. As I said, either you don't do background checks or you simply don't care. Now,
NAL should be put on a shirt. Yeah. I mean, the picture that's on tonight's thumbnail would make for a good shirt, but I didn't make that, so I can't. I have looked to try to find who created that, but I have not found it yet.
There's always a chance that this is fake, but given that it was posted before Jessica entered into the drama sphere of the internet and eventually the lolcow circuit, I'm inclined to believe it was probably not a troll post. Speaking of drama, let's talk about
there's no
Girlworld.
way. There's no way it was a troll post at all. Yeah, because it was way before she had any kind of trolling going on. Now, it might not have been the girl's mother. It might have been the girl, the one who she put on Craigslist, doing a fake review, pretending to be her own mother. But either way, it's not trolling.
Girlworld is a network of loosely affiliated YouTube drama commentators centered around Foodie Beauty, Amber Lynn Reed, and other women of the sort. You know, the incredibly melodramatic girlies on a perpetual weight loss journey that never really goes anywhere, but makes up a great deal of their brand appeal. This section is going to introduce a bunch of new characters, so I'll try to remind you of who everyone is as we go. Basically, the reason we even care about the petty dramas we're about to dive into is to establish who Jessica is by looking at the types of people she associates with, and the ways in which she ruins her own reputation and screws them all over. So, Jessica essentially started as a chatter in Foodie Beauty's streams. Then she went on to repeatedly troll some lady named Enchanted Roses, who's also a creator in the Girlworld space. Yes, I know, I am calling it Girlworld, this is just how they say it.
Let me make this perfectly clear, okay? I don't give a crap what Jessica's doing, what she's saying, what she's wearing. I do not care. I don't care about Jay, I don't care about Glenn, I don't care about Purple Glitter, I don't care about Jessica Messica, okay? Let me make this perfectly clear, okay? I don't care. I'm going to live my life, and they can go live theirs, okay?
I'm not gonna change my mind. There's no Enchanted Roses, there's no anything. No. Because I'm done with YouTube altogether.
Well, they're really gonna miss me then, aren't they?
She got banned from Rose's chat because of her trollish endeavors, and then started a hate campaign against a rival troll named Ariel, because she was like jealous or something that Ariel was able to successfully buddy troll Rose without getting banned, and while being one of her top moderators. Oh, also, Ariel's ex was like talking to Jessica to make Ariel jealous or something. Like, the Girlworld creator space is just high school drama, and as an outsider, it's honestly so exhausting to look at. But I hope they're having fun playing Mean Girls online or whatever. After convincing a bunch of people that Ariel was a bad person for trolling Rose, which, like, sure, I guess, but girl, you did the same thing, she found out that Ariel had a kid, and that kid had cancer. So she started making fun of Ariel for being involved in online drama shit while her kid had cancer. Which again, like, fair, but you'd probably be doing the exact same thing in her position, girly pop. Like, let's be so fucking for real.
Yeah, someone in your family has cancer. You're supposed to not do anything, just sit there and seethe and just be miserable. I mean, come on. Someone someone in that position probably needs to be online fucking around more than any of us do.
Real right now.
Get your
Anyway,
mind off of it.
enter the second Jessica, Jessica Messica.
Would I shave my head for 10K? I think I would. 10K? Can I get good wigs for that, like, and installed? I think I would. So I have this freckle on my eyebrow, and my aunt would try to scrub it off in the bathtub. I remember this. Oh my God. Kind of fuck with this. Jessica Messica is also a Jenna Marbles reference. She was doing a prank call and she couldn't think of a last name, so she said Jessica Messica. Oh my God, I'm the hottest lolcow, Easton. Thank you. I kind of like this.
Does she have
Hell
downs?
yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
So that this isn't too confusing, I'll refer to
I never saw her before, I guess, the rehab stuff, but I guess she was a lot thinner. And then when she got off drugs, which tends to happen, you know, anytime you stop anything, cigarettes, drinking, you know, you just eat.
Jessica Messica as JM and continue referring to the subject of today's video as Jessica. So, JM was good friends with Ariel, and by extension was subjected to Jessica's ire. While JM was away from the internet and in a recovery facility for alcohol abuse, JM filmed herself doing a brief update video, which was actually against the rules of the facility. Seeing this, Jessica made a call to the facility and reported this to the staff there, resulting in JM getting kicked out of the place she went to at an extremely vulnerable time in her life to try and get her shit together. Jessica then bragged about this act of sabotage.
Yeah, I think it's that New York, New Jersey-ish area kind of accent.
In DMs, which were subsequently leaked, possibly by Jessica herself, given how proud she was and how she's frequently too blackout drunk and stoned to keep her mouth shut. God, can you tell how much I really do not like this woman?
You're beautiful. Look how beautiful you are. You're a chunk of a chunk. You're a beastie boy. You're a beastie boy. Well, then quit fucking harassing me and biting my feet if you don't love me like that.
Genuinely such a waste of human potential. And don't forget, dear viewer, her electoral vote counts the same as yours. Well, it actually might count more than yours depending on which state you live in because of the electoral college shenanigans, but I'm getting sidetracked. Gods, when did Cobra get political?
You think you just fell out of a coconut?
On a final major note about JM, Jessica continued her crusade against her a while later because JM lives in Jessica's head rent-free and accused JM of running an Adderall mail-order drug ring. As far as I could find, there was never any proof of this, and the documentarians down at the Kiwi farm speculate that this is a ridiculous claim because this all went down during the ongoing Adderall shortage in America.
Thank you, Isabella. But also, her calling someone out for having any kind of drug ring is kind of insane because there was another creator named Lexicon who they arranged a trade, some kind of stupid fucking flea market plates, and Lexicon was supposed to send NAL drugs. Weed and something else. And she did. But because she sent the weed as gummies, and she knows that Jessica doesn't like gummies, that became a huge thing, and there was a lot of hatred. But she never even sent the stupid flea market plates. So she got drugs for free, still managed to complain about it. Never sent her side of the transaction. And this was during the Blue God thing, and hopefully she'll go into that.
So, next in Jessica's Girlworld saga, we have to take a brief detour to talk about Tyler, known online as Sjam.
So we're gonna have our last bees, and we're gonna have whatever we want to drink, we're gonna have whatever we want to eat, and we're just gonna eat and just...
This is the guy who likes to drive drunk.
When you fuck with me, you're gonna get it. I'm hyper. Girl will fuck up. If my girl wants to get on top, she can do it. If she don't, I'll get on top of her and I'll plow the shit over her.
I don't think you are. I don't think you will. Yeah, and I hope they go over that, because yeah, there's a lot of footage and clips from when that Anthony guy was supposedly just living with Luxicon temporarily while he had gotten kicked out for a domestic abuse. And yeah, that's a whole nother thing there.
Yeah. I didn't grab my food.
What was that? Oh, you took a shit.
Well, okay. Okay.
He's a Canuck, I think.
Okay. Nice.
Is he crying? Is he crying?
It went wrong. Bye. 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 Oh. No. 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 No.
What is it, Charlie?
Tyler is basically
She
some
erased
drunken
the
paid
video?
orbiter, I guess, who like sends random Girlworld ladies money and gifts while making feeder and blow.
Erase the videos. Oh, we definitely talked about the seeds, Jake. She didn't erase it. She had her account terminated. So yes, now Queen Cobra is gone off the internet or off YouTube. She does still have her original channel up, but she can't access it. But yeah, we've gone over the seeds many times. We know that the first set of seeds, the Tyler lilies, are the worst of the two, and even if she had instructed him to smoke them, it could have been fatal. But hopefully the toxicology report is going to shed some light on things. I think it is confirmed that it was a heart attack that killed him, but that's not the end of it, because a 34-year-old man doesn't normally just have a heart attack, even if he abuses his body that badly. So, you know, we're going to find out if it was something toxic or if it was just years of abuse, eating the wrong things, drinking everything he could find. Hopefully, like you said, hopefully near the end of the month, we'll know for sure. And then either now we'll get what's coming to her or just fade into obscurity.
Fetish content. He also goes on a lot of drunken, hate-fueled rants like this one.
When you fuck with me, you're gonna get it. I'm hyper. I'll grow the fuck up. Place up, you goddamn slob. Fucking loser. Fuck you. And fuck you, piece too. Fuck you and your fucking everything. Okay? Hope you're in jail. You'll be definitely getting sued by me. Bye, bitch. You.
I want a good old.
So,
see a good old.
He sent money
suit.
to Jessica to help her pay some bills, and as thanks for this charitable gesture, she sent him unsolicited nudes, because she is one hell of a messy girly. I guess maybe she thought she'd infatuate him with her body and he'd turn into her personal piggy bank? Well, it didn't work, and he made fun of her for it in JM's chat. You know, the lady Jessica got ousted from the rehab facility a little.
And but he did not leak the nudes. It was actually that Blue God for the win that officially leaked the nudes. Yeah, you leak the nudes of a cam girl. I mean, come on, they're already out there. Nutty Squirrel of Mirkwood, welcome. But he did not, SJM did not leak the nudes. He drew a picture of what they look like, and hopefully they're going to show that. If not, I will show it. I have it on the screen somewhere.
A while ago, and he drew a crude, unflattering illustration of Jessica's body to share with chat. Obviously, Jessica wasn't going to take this mockery of her unsolicited nudes sitting down. So she went on stream and leaked DMs with Tyler, where he talked about the first time he wrapped his vehicle around a pole while driving drunk.
SJM is a woman hater, closeted, maybe gay, and he drove drunk, crashed into a pole, laughed about it, and he's very lucky he hasn't killed himself. He was in jail, killed somebody else, and he still drives drunk. So I'm going to read it. This is SJM. texting Jacqueline Sue. And I am sorry, Jacqueline Sue. You already know I told you if SJam says a mother thing about me, I am going to expose his accident. And this is from Tyler.
It's funny how she shows something on the screen, and this is evidence. This is evidence, hard evidence of someone illegally driving drunk, as if there's legally driving drunk. But I mean, what the fuck does this even prove? It's a text that I could have fucking written this. Were you on the phone when the accident happened? Maybe she shows more, but it's like, you know, I've got the proof. It's kind of like when Cyrax showed a pornographic video of himself that proved that Marty was doing all these things to him. Like, how does a porno video of you prove anything?
Tyler from SJam. Oh, babe, I'm sorry I scared you. Oh my God. Were you on the phone when the accident happened? I recall the call be on still. It says I wasn't gone. I don't know what happened. I didn't hydrate, was looking at radio, hit gravel, then took a pull out plus another. LMAO. Do you see that? Do you see that laughing? He's laughing right there. It says, cops here. I tried backing out of accident and ended up on other side of road facing home, so they don't get that I just said I hit first pull and think it knocked me out, and I tried reversing. And then Jacqueline Sue says, oh my God. And then he says, we'll put in report, no mentions of anything else. He said, good. And he says, keep praying I'll take anything but a criminal charge. And then it says, yes, I took down hydro lines. I know. And then it says, what the fuck, Tyler? Why? I swear to God, I don't know why this webcam is not focusing tonight. This is really a shame. It says, what the fuck, Tyler? And it says, I'm in big shit drunk right now. Not even sober. I'm in trouble. And she says, what the fuck? With a broken heart and a sad eyes. The hood was in the windshield. The whole side of car was gone, like no panels, all inside. And she says, what the f, Tyler? And he says, I was f***ing with the radio. Hit the gravel and it sucked me into the pole. It says all 15 airbags, he said. Oops, don't look at my room, sorry.
Yep, that's the horde.
Look at that.
I'd rather see the horde.
I know you can't see that very good, but that's his car. That's his car.
Yeah, Tyler has like a huge reputation for driving drunk, like super commonly. He also cross-dresses and has a whole side hustle as an NSFW fat fetish content creator.
Oh
so
my
like,
God.
go off Queen or whatever. Next, so a couple of years before Jessica met her most notable ex, she became besties with a character in the Girlworld cinematic universe called Luxicon. Luxicon liked a set of Jessica's antique plates, so Jessica sold them to her in exchange for Adderall and weed. Well, I say
Adderall
sold,
and weed,
but she never actually sent Luxicon the plates. So I guess it's more accurate to say she swindled Luxicon out of some drugs. And then she called her a bitch for sending weed gummies, because I guess Jessica is a princess when it comes to the way she ingests her THC, and gummies are icky or whatever. Needless to say, Luxicon and Jessica aren't exactly besties anymore, which I guess actually explains why Luxicon snatched Jessica's next boyfriend.
And this is hilarious.
Enter FTW Blue God. FTW Blue God, also known as Nobody News Network, or Anthony, as we'll call him, is a 300 sub Andy on YouTube who apparently covered Girlworld drama and posted lost to time political rants that I am genuinely heartbroken I won't get to see. Of course,
he's got a lot of
the
extra
magic
chromosomes.
of the Wayback Machine, I am proud to present to you the Nobody News Network YouTube channel snapshot from May 2023, shortly before NAL would have ascended
Oh my God.
from hell into his DMs. As you can see, the content is sparse and aimless, and his subscriber count is about what one could expect for a channel that fails to be engaging on any level beyond a sort of uncommitted, superficial aesthetic conceived by a terminally juvenile and uncreative mind. Oh well, I was at least able to get some footage of him talking so that we can see what kind of man Jessica fawns over.
Fake husband will be fully exposed right here. Because
No, I think he went to jail for a while too, and then did some kind of like hard ass like explanation video about how to survive in jail or something like that. And
Here at the Nobody News Network, we take no days off from getting our cocaine off. We ran back and forth so much it pissed Jose off. You see, Jose is a cocaine boss. He's straight from Colombia.
Okay, so I don't know if I can capture this on camera.
Oh shit!
So we got one leg, and this one heel on this side of the wall. I'm laying on the ground. And I got one heel.
He's getting ready for jail.
And there's a gap, right? Now the goal
with his trial version of Power Director
to bust that open. So little by little, I'm just gonna relax and just inch myself more and more. You can sit up and hang on to the whatever the fuck is that ledge.
Don't forget to cup the balls.
And you can use the ledge to inch yourself up. And it is a slow process. So once I'm busting open, I'll get back to you. Okay, so here we go some minutes later. I got 95% busted open status. I'm right up on the wall. One heel is here. I can't film this shit.
Busting open his ass, pussy.
There is a little space. See that space? What I need is somebody is to push the...
What did Borat call it? Or the fat guy in Borat calling it the back pussy?
Feet and push it against my ass to really crush me in there. But that's basically how you do it. I'm actually developing the rules for this so-called weight loss journey on the way. So I'm going to be weighing myself maybe like once a month, once every 3 weeks. I'm not going to be weighing myself every day. I think that's futile. I'm not counting calories. I'm not into any of that fucking shit. I'm just gonna try not to eat crazy and exercise. That's it. They just stretch the whole situation out.
Vin Weasel.
It's a leg stretch. As if you haven't seen it before.
Uh-oh. Like he threw a punch with his thumb in his fist.
Ready? Done cleaning your nutsack? No, a little more?
Remember, everyone, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. BP needs his temptation treats. Right, BP? You need your treats. Bye-bye.
When you think about it, given Anthony's abysmally low subscriber count and inability to create watchable content, her next boyfriend, KingCobraJFS, was actually a huge clout upgrade for Jessica after this nobody. It's kind of crazy to imagine.
I mean, who fucking just shows their animals off on stream just for like likes and views? A good girl, yes you are. You're a good Charlie, yes you are.
Cobes being out of anyone's league, but Jessica actually sets the bar so low that he clears it like an Olympic high jump gold medalist. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's focus back in on Anthony for a bit. Jessica found Anthony through the network of Girlworld commentators and orbiters that she was now fully entrenched in. She started commenting on his posts and live streams, and he began to return the favor. They became moderators for each other's streams, and she began sending him nudes and shaping her new persona around his identity.
All right, this is when she starts cosplaying as him, but to make the connection there, cement shoes. Another way that now Queen Cobra is exactly like Cyrax. Both of them are so dumb that they would spit at their own audience. Spitting on their own camera, on their own monitor. Thinking, oh yeah, that's going to show them. You're the one who has to clean that shit up. And so Cyrax has done the same exact thing. And yeah, so they're made for each other.
She became a jump rope enthusiast
that was an
because he
show.
would post jump rope workout videos. She changed her YouTube handle to Nobody Nudes Network and No Nudes Nobody to play off of his channel name. She adopted his mannerisms and linguistic idiosyncrasies, such as his signature catchphrase, "Suck it on soft." Jessica, in true BPD girly form, even adopted his questionable taste in music, including There It Go by Jules Santana, a song with an official music video that features several scantily clad women simultaneously kissing a little boy in its opening. Not really sure that that last part is entirely relevant, but I do think it's interesting and probably says something about the artist and his devotees. Speaking of crimes, did I mention that our boy Anthony has a pattern of being arrested for domestic violence? There were 2 formal arrests documented on news sites online, but I've also seen evidence of other arrests that we're going to get into shortly. The first arrest was over an incident in which Andy assaulted someone with a knife in 2013. Given that this also took place in a home, I'd say it's very likely that this was the same incident that one of his exes allegedly shared a video of. The video is currently lost media, but I would have loved to include it in here. Then again, depending on the content, I may not have been able to. Anthony was arrested again in 2017, once again for a domestic assault situation. This time, however, he resisted arrest so passionately that he actually managed to injure one of the cops and ended up getting slapped with an additional charge: aggravated assault on a police officer, plus obstruction of justice or whatever. But damn, Tony, you really know how to take a bad situation and make it way worse. There are a few other arrests we know about, but we'll get to those in a sec. So back to our BPD.
I mean, as bad as he is, he dodged the NAL bullet, at least for now. At least for now. It might still happen.
Queen Jessica Ann Boyle. As part of her accursed mating ritual, she would take frequent opportunities to flash her more scandalous bits to her audience during streams in which Anthony was present. I'll spare you the visuals, though mostly for the sake of this video remaining monetizable. Think fishnets and a gratuitous amount of cheek. Jessica was certainly dressed to depress, I'll give her that. Though their whirlwind romance had only started that summer, November saw the winter of their passions blow in. After being kicked out of his baby mama's house and thrown back into jail, our father of the year, Anthony, was offered a helping hand by none other than Luxicon, Jessica's frenemy, to whom she still owed a debt of antique plates. It seems Luxicon was about to find other ways to make Jessica pay for those weed gummies. Luxicon bailed that stray dog of a man out of jail and brought him into her home. After Jessica accidentally messaged JM with concerns about Anthony cheating on her, JM got her sweet revenge on Jessica by leaking the DMs online.
Oh God, yeah. Accidentally. Oh my God, what a fucking idiot.
Live stream for her audience to jeer at. If you're having trouble keeping up at this point, all you really need to know is that Jessica is getting exactly what she deserves from 2 women she had intentionally and maliciously screwed over. It came out that Anthony and Luxicon had, in fact, been making thick in the warm with one another.
Thick in the warm, huh?
Oh, what's that? You hated that? You thought that sounded disgusting?
Oh yes, he made thick in her warm.
Well, like Lily Contino, I am beholden to the linguistic regulations of my chosen platform, so really, you should be blaming YouTube for this. But I digress. After this truly shocking cheating bombshell, Anthony did what any honorable and repentant man would do, and claimed that Luxicon had essentially held him hostage while lacing his words with the most dehumanizing language he could muster. I have at least 8+ hours of audio. Every day, when I'd come back, the monster would be in its usual place on the couch, sweating profusely from the speed yet not losing an ounce, and I would be forced to interact or else I would literally have to sit on the floor by the door because I wasn't going near it, and had to endure this every single day. It's terribly difficult and traumatic for me to hear my abuser's annoying ramblings in these recordings, and is triggering my PTSD. I am so
a tranny freak video? Well, because it is Jessica related.
Traumatized, I can't hear its voice to
This is
even
one
get
of
these
Jessica's
uploaded.
men.
Pray for me. He then claimed he was engaging in survival intimacy, framing himself as a victim on social media. Normally, I'd be willing to engage with the idea that he may well have been coerced, at least partially, due to the implicit power dynamic of her essentially being the only thing keeping him from homelessness. But this is also the man who had been arrested multiple times for domestic violence, so I'm not really interested in buying what he's selling here. But of course, even someone like Anthony has his own twisted idea of what a virtue signal looks like. I was thinking to myself, what would Jesus do? He wouldn't stoop this low. I'm not participating in this
Would Jesus
anymore.
hit it? No.
Please don't anger the lamb. Just as quick as I turned it off, I'll turn it back on if need be. So you play in the mud with swine. I refuse to anymore. I can admit that even though I went through some weird-ass shit, I'm not gonna further continue in the insanity at this point. I'll just file this in the I can't believe that really happened file in my head. I will be forever scarred. However, I choose to live like Christ. Jessica, as we well know by now, is a woman who makes level-headed choices and sees through the bullshit to the core of any situation.
Ah! Come on! Get out! Move! Thank you, you fucking asshole. You literally saw me and you stopped me from getting out of the aisle, you fucking stupid bitch. You fucking retard. No self-awareness, none.
And so she acted accordingly. Where a lesser person would look at Luxicon and Anthony and say something like, "Thanks for saving me the trouble of breaking up with that loser, you deserve each other," Jessica instead fell hook, line, and sinker for Anthony's narrative and made this post about how she doesn't have female friends because they steal her boyfriends or something. I've always had an issue having women friends. Not that I hate women by any means, always the opposite. So, when you have a so-called friend who tells you that they love you, yet are an actual real-life psychopath betraying me behind my back, how the fuck am I supposed to think that people genuinely like me when this shit is going on behind the scenes? It's really hard to think that anyone likes me at all.
That's almost self-awareness right there.
Because this is how it's always been in my life. Women pretending to be my friends to screw with me in the end. So even if people can be genuine and true with me, it's harder for me to believe anyone.
Got maced in Kroger for wearing earbuds? What?
I'm empty inside.
Holy
with
shit.
such great friends, who needs enemies? Also, you nasty piece of WTF, you ain't getting those plates from me either. Have it packed up and ready to go, but I'll be sure to unpack it and throw the letter to you away. I was leaving you alone because I thought you had health issues to deal with, plus wanting to
Hey, Jessica Messica, good to see you again.
wean away from drama because I get it, but oh no, you are such a disgusting POS. Honestly, I hate any of this even happened. But I'm glad to know you've been exposed now for the psycho that you are. Also, who in their right mind posts photos of huge dumps and period clumps to their friends? If a friend did that to me, I'd ask them to seek help. No one wants to see that shit. Literally.
Yeah, no one wants to, she doesn't send it to her friends. No, she would rather just post it for everyone to see. Yeah, who wants to watch your estranged ex-boyfriend stand in a hallway with a shotgun under his chin? Nobody wants to see that, so don't post it. Yeah, you should definitely live stream it instead.
No one. State of my life, psycho. Knew it was too odd for you to once go from her Discord to begging to be my friend and wanting to make a Discord. The odd feeling was there, but sadly I ignored it. Thanks for showing me who you truly are. Also, a body in motion stays in motion. Go find a patch of grass in NYC to touch without running out of breath. Spicy. Wow, she was really mad. This all culminated in Luxicon posting an absolutely scathing recounting of her time with Anthony after kicking him to the curb. I'll let it scroll on screen here, but I won't be reading it out loud because
I will.
Anthony after kicking him to the curb. I'll let it scroll on screen.
Yeah, Jessica Messica. Need a new live one of these days. It has been too long. Hey, it's me, Luxicon, the 234-pound, 5'11", nasty, desperate snake Aunt Jemima monster. Excuse my enormity. I hope everyone's warm and well. I am one of those things at the moment. I tried my best last night to get Anthony H. to stop doing what he did to me online today. Saw his messages flooding into my friend, who I think he thought might just be a wonderful new woman to cry to. It is Cobra TV. It is. It's right there at the top of the screen is Cobra TV's channel name. He ran the gamut vitriol for having me finally expel him from my home to the inevitable. I wish I could ask her to take me back in, but she hates me now. I always do this. I wish I would be unalive. I can't read this. It's fucked up. Let me get it up to the top of the screen.
But I won't be reading it out loud because it's really long, so feel free to pause and read it for yourself if you'd like. Essentially, she claimed that
Charming as it was, at first, for my friend to observe this Girlworld legend in his own mind in action, she grew weary fast, and I called him and begged him to stop his public lashing out at me. His terms were that Hurl remove her post with his kids' fully blurred baby face, as this young teen with no knowledge or business in Girlworld was sure to stumble upon this pic of her dad with improved eyes from childhood on Girlworld's worldwide platform. Ooh. Hurl, true to form, was unmoved by any Anthony manipulations and did not remove the post. Then, despite his very super for sure genuine apology at midnight to me directly, I guess he was a little peeved at the worry of rats biting him outside while I cry on the warm couch. Despite his valiant online clapback about being just like Drake and scheming on the low, plotting on the low, he was still sending desperate messages till around 2 a.m., but never mentioning his actual whereabouts.
he was extremely eager for intimacy from her, often initiating while she was sleeping. She claimed that
Did Anthony have an assortment of non-AI photos of me with which to make his courageous journey to my home after 5 days in jail? Yes. Did Anthony and I speak regularly the week leading up to his birthday and onward for an average of 8 hours a day? Sure did. Did he arrive by Uber from Penn Station, paid for by me because he was too scared to ride the subway at 41 years old? Yes. All strapping 150 pounds of his teeny little worm body. The camera could never prepare you for in real life. The only muscles with any lasting utility or definition were his thighs, despite all that squatting. Did he... Oh boy. Did he dive nose first into me with those god-forsaken warts on his nose for upwards of 30 minutes the first night, among other things? Yes. Was he prone to pulling down my underwear for sexual contact while I was already sleeping? Yes. More than once. Yes.
The intimacy began on the first night and continued feverishly until she told him that she wanted to move things beyond friends with benefits if this was to continue.
Was he able to keep an erection during sex? Yes, he did. Was he able to orgasm? Nope, he wasn't. First time for everything, I suppose. This was my first hobosexual experience. World skipper moist. This man was in a constant, crippling panic over his overuse and abuse of Suboxone and Klonopin. Ooh, to the degree that I gave him at least 25 of my own Xanax to help him deal with A, the every morning withdrawal of waking and needing a piece of his Suboxone, the crippling panic attacks and dry heaving every morning before work, C, the panic attacks he'd get when in crowded stores too long, the panic attacks of realizing his kid will likely never speak to him again because she's been told he hurt mommy, i.e. cop calls, court, trains, life. This is insanity. Did we kiss in public? Yes. Did he come to kiss me goodbye and hello every morning and every evening until last week? Sure did. Was there cuddling, future faking, and pipe dreaming? Yes.
Continue because dealing with his frequent drug abuse induced panic attacks of personal drama was too much.
did his pure disgust over my giant body stop him from grabbing my breasts or ass when the moment suited him on any given day? And past the 3rd week announcement, us being just friends, it did not stop him. There was no sexual assault on my end, no hives at night, except this one quarter-sized beast on his cheek he came back from work with, which I treated like everything else with Anthony: care, affection, and application of eczema lotions and such. Was I committed to the cause once I brought this person into my home? I was, for better or worse. If the Insta relationship we had planned out in our hundreds of hours on the phone before he was locked up didn't pan out, I wanted the friends with benefits thing to work its way out. Unfortunately, due to all the lies, the trauma he brought through the door, and lest we forget, his desperate fear of my touch.
This, by Luxicon's telling of things, marked the death of his carnal desires for her, and the dawn,
which manifested itself after I told him I don't need or want a platonic roommate who is in crisis every 20 hours out of every day. That's relationship stuff. Things didn't work out, and I wanted him gone. He wanted to his words. Just like a cat, come in and out in peace and cause no bother. The peace talks process was an excruciating because please just go anywhere but here didn't work for him. He wanted to stay right here. An unbothered king. Oh well. As for hurting NAL, it was never my intent, but I did ask him to stop gaslighting her in her DMs daily. She was sending him nudes upon nudes, like all the other women he shared those with me. Could I ever tell her this? Of course not. She is actively speaking with him today, and foregoing any reasonable objective realities a less infatuated party might see. I regret letting him in, all puns intended, and I'm sorry he turned out to be this person. I should have seen this coming a mile away. I think that's about it. Let me go back a little bit so we can actually hear what she's saying during all this.
with Anthony after kicking him to the curb. I'll let it scroll on screen here, but I won't be reading it out loud because it's really long, so feel free to pause and read it for yourself if you'd like. Essentially, she claimed that he was extremely eager for intimacy from her, often initiating while she was sleeping. She claimed that the intimacy began on the first night and continued feverishly until she told him that she wanted to move things beyond friends with benefits if this was to continue, because dealing with his frequent drug abuse-induced panic attacks of personal drama was too much. This, by Luxicon's telling of things, marked the death of his carnal desires for her, and the dawn of his perception of her as a monster. Despite being literally the most obvious scumbag in all existence, Jessica continued to ardently defend Anthony, even though he was honestly so over her at this point and basically treated her like an afterthought, ignoring her even as a mod in his own live chat. After publicly thirst posting for Ariel, another one of Jessica's enemies we talked about earlier, Anthony finally broke the spell on Jessica, and she went on to post a Meltdown stream that would signal the dawn of a new era. But whatever became of Anthony after getting kicked out by the last person willing to handle his shit for him? I'm not even going to bury the lead here with a cutting remark. Anthony violated his baby mama's protective order against him by going back to her place in search of shelter from the consequences of his innumerable bad life choices. He was admitted to a New Jersey correctional facility on April 26, 2024, and is currently projected to remain in custody until February 22nd, 2026. Well, at least one of these stories had a happy ending. Editing Cobra here. I've been working on this video for so long that Anthony's actually released a few videos from prison, and I really wanted to show you this one in particular because I think it shows that he follows the usual prison trajectory of a lolcow where they develop extreme delusions of grandeur during their stay. So, enjoy.
Some call me FTW Blue God. Some call me Jesus Christ, some call me Satan, some call me King of the Power of the Air, some people call me the Little Horn, some people call me the Son of Perdition. I've gone through many names in the millennia that I've been amongst you fucking you miserables, right?
Now, those are the biggest set of anal beads I have ever seen. Or he's very small.
And I'm just going to make a public service announcement. Listen, I'm not cell banging with none of you fucking glugaroos on here. In other words, in prison, there's a term called cell banging. Let's say I'm in cell 2 and you're in cell 150. You want to scream and you want to threaten and you want to do all this nonsense from the privacy and the comfort of your own cell. But when it comes time to go out into the yard and enter into the ultimate and to see the everlasting and to step out into the infinite in the video game that is life, you're still waiting in the lobby. Your character hasn't even spawned onto the battlefield, and you want to, throw rocks and hide your head. If you're not able to turn on the everlasting and to speak extemporaneously, then are you crazy? Are you out of your mind? See, I reached enlightenment in solitary confinement. When you open that door for solitary confinement, you're either going to find heaven or you're going to find hell. And I saw, or was given.
Boyle, when you watch this, Prophet is looking for a side chick and never leaks DMs. Well, that is true that I never leak DMs. I never read DMs or emails, answer the phone, any of that.
The vision of how
Queen of the herpes
works. I saw how the program works. On a subatomic level, I saw how the fucking program works, to say the least. And
so why?
In that moment, I reached enlightenment. People around me were banging on their cells. They were crying. They were rubbing shit on the walls. They were self-mutilating. One guy was, he could recite the Constitution word for word. He'd do that all night and day. And I just sat there and I meditated. I meditated on the now, in the everlasting now. So
NAL, the everlasting now. So he's going back after her when he gets out.
I'm not doing it. I know you're delusional enough to think that this is base reality, but I've seen it. I saw the machine that creates it all. And I can tell you, just as sure as this is fucking planet Earth right here, is just as sure as this is not base reality. It's a runaway AI program. And I saw it. Yes, what's it?
Also, I am very sorry to report, but it appears as though his black cat, Pee-Pee, that we saw earlier in the video, has passed away.
Aww.
His ex lit her place on fire or something while Pee-Pee was there, according to him in one of his videos. So I guess we have to take it with a grain of salt. But also, that just goes to show that people like this really can't be trusted to have animals. Now, about that 12-hour jump rope meltdown stream. Shortly after the post about Ariel, Jessica went live from her driveway. Fueled by spite and alcohol both in copious amounts, Jessica decided on her next target, KingCobraJFS, or Joshua Saunders as he's known by the women in his life who he makes deeply uncomfortable.
Like I said, I don't care if Ellen Knight wants to date me. I'm a solid friend to Walt and Angie, regardless of what Ellen thinks of me. And if Ellen says, hey, I'm sick of your fucking ass, I want you to leave me and my family alone, I'll do it. If Ellen's truly sick of my ass and she's creeped out by me hanging out with her parents, I'll leave. But at the same time, I'm like, how do your parents feel? Because if Walt likes me besides the bullshit, then it shouldn't matter. If you don't want to date me, that's fine. But you're not going to take my friendship away from Walt and Angie. You're just not.
I'm not trying to get with Ellen or anything. There are plenty of fangirls that want to fuck Cobra, whether or not the trolls are jealous of it or not. People see all these of-age chicks who are like, you know what? I'm tired of being bullied because I like King Cobra and I think he's sexy. But I'm going to continue to back off.
My girl Waffles, welcome.
I was after irony, and that just shows you my trolls are fucking obsessed, man. I don't gotta harass chicks that my trolls
you're
like
here
to
with
get
us.
Inside their penile, tiny brain heads. Your life is more sad than my crush on Ellen Knight, and her not giving me a chance. And I don't
respects her so much to just completely dox her full name in his 100,000 sub channel. Sure, great.
blame Ellen, to be honest. If I was in her shoes, I'd feel the same way. And the only reason my trolls scared Ellen off is because they can't find an Ellen Knight of their own, and that's just cold facts. And the only thing sadder than Ellen Knight not giving me a chance are my fucking YouTube trolls' lives. The only thing sadder than my obsession with Alicia Rhodey in high school are my YouTube trolls' lives. I've completely backed off. I've completely backed off from Ellen ever since the bite-sized Cobra bullshit happened. But if her dad and me are best friends, it is what it is. I don't go over to Walt and Angie's unless I'm invited. And if Ellen shows up, I completely ignore her. Realistically, would Walt and Angie let me hang out with them if I was stalking their daughter? You know what I'm saying? You know, my trolls are more obsessed with Ellen than I am. On a real note, how are you going to accuse me of being jealous of you and your so-called buddy, boyfriend, when I'm the one that helped provide Christmas dinner? My friends were in a tough spot. They needed some money for Christmas dinner, so I chipped in some YouTube money to make it happen. You know, my friend...
I kind of forgot that the Ellen stuff started in the original apartment. I mean, that was some long-term longing and being rejected.
Spent yesterday cooking dinner with her daughter. It was a very pleasant experience. And just leave it at that. You know, and I think certain people have a crush on me, and certain people are afraid to admit their true feelings. That's why certain people act the way they do around me. How are you going to sit there and say, you stole my heart, but then turn around and say, no, I don't want to date you. I just see you as a friend.
Among the many assuredly entertaining moments of shameless degeneracy in this mess of a stream, Jessica at one point lays out her intentions for Josh in a rather direct manner.
This is filthy. Horizontal stripes are a no-no, Jessica.
I have to say is my trolls are more pussy than King Cobra's trolls will ever be. That's what's up.
Walt and Angie meth heads? I'm not sure. I'm not sure if they're meth heads or just drunks like Josh. Or if they were just normal, just old people. I don't know. She's a slag. Generational trash. Do you think it was all the huff, the magic chemical? It could have been. It could have been because, you know, lots of things could cause a heart attack in the long run. It could have been exposure to duster, all the just bad food, constant drinking, any kind of weird drugs he may have done. And it could be something sent to him. So I just hope that when the toxicology report comes out, they do give an update and don't just not say anything. Yeah, teeth. It could have even been his teeth. Yeah, infected gums, and you know, that leads straight to lots of important things. Yeah, and so can lead to strokes and heart attacks. Absolutely. And so I guess we'll just have to wait and see.
Most definitely what's up. And I would seriously make an OnlyFans just to fuck King Cobra in front of all of y'all. Y'all would pay me $5,000 a piece to watch me fuck King Cobra. Oh yeah, you would. Every last one of you would pay me $5,000 to fuck his brains out. Yep. Yeah, you would. I don't care if I'm goth to him or of age or cisgendered or whatever the he prefers in his life. I will.
She's not sure if she's cisgendered.
And every last one of you whores will pay me $5,000 to watch it.
The idea born of inebriation actually sheds a lot of light on the interactions that Jessica will have with Joshua once she digs her talents into him. Without this context, one may see their coming relationship as an ill-advised, passionate affair between two adults who are just fundamentally incapable of functioning in a healthy dynamic. With it, however, we see the predatory overtones for what they are from the very beginning. The Jessica and KingCobraJFS saga is so eventful and so well documented that it deserves a whole video on its own. For now, let's debrief on what we've seen so far.
Baka no Sensei? Is that it?
Jessica Ann Boyle
is definitely evil,
and always
manipulative,
has been
absolutely.
A deeply troubled and disturbed woman. Whether her many antisocial inclinations stem from a sympathetic place,
and the fact that she thinks that she's, you know, smarter than everyone else and fools anyone. Gave it away in the end, leaking it.
Such as a childhood of neglect and abuse due to her apparent neurodivergencies, or from some unaddressed chemical imbalance, Jessica has proven herself for decades to be hateful, vindictive, unstable, and a menace to everyone caught in her animus web. She is a shameless, heartless individual who is and has been out of control. She's been this way for so long that I can't ever imagine her getting the help that would be required to make her a positive force in this world.
No.
I think it's deeply sad that she was allowed to get this way. I think
because she's an adult and she refuses to go get help. She doesn't trust doctors, So it's not like she's a teenager where her parents can like make her go. I guess they could have her committed, the whole 5150 thing. But I don't think her parents can figure out what they want to do. In one police cam video, they're trying to get her taken away. In the other one, she's sticking up for Jessica, saying the trolls are messing with her.
It reflects poorly on her family for not addressing these issues back when she still had potential to lead a decent life. And in many ways, her parents have earned the tumultuous and miserable existence they now share with her. Like with other lolcows, I genuinely have no idea how she's going to survive on her own once her parents pass and are therefore no longer around to insulate her from the responsibilities of life and the consequences of her caustic presence. Jessica, to me, represents someone totally overcome by their worst impulses and deepest insecurities. I made a lot of remarks about BPD or borderline personality disorder in this video, and to be clear, Jessica has never been diagnosed with this. Jessica doesn't trust doctors.
She won't go.
She's never created an opportunity for a diagnosis. I think that this avoidance in itself reflects a deep insecurity within her. I'm someone who's struggled with BPD in the past, and I know that it can destroy relationships and make one act with undue callousness and cruelty to those we love. Even when you can resist the impulses that others would see, you can still fall prey to those that they can't. The feeling of no one caring, of everyone merely tolerating you, of a fundamental inability to feel secure in relationships and friendships, and the guilt and resentment that breeds. I know these.
Just hope the sentence is a little bit longer than
2 minutes, stop counting.
I know what it's like to feel like you're going crazy because you know that others have no reason to hate you, but the way that they didn't really seem interested the last time you spoke, that made you feel like they hate you, and surely they know better than to make you feel that way. Even if what they did was totally fine and not actually hateful, they still shouldn't have done it. It was still wrong. They were still horrible. Why do they always do this to me?
Will no one love me?
I get what it's like to have a brain that makes you want to see others as either gods to be worshipped or enemies to be fought, often switching unpredictably between the two extremes. Even with that in mind, I could never look at someone like Jessica and give her a single drop of grace. Jessica has lived a full life committed to succumbing to her worst impulses. She enables this within herself by remaining drunk and high at every opportunity and actively seeking situations in which she can become embroiled in interpersonal drama. She sabotages people she's never even met in real life by striking at their most vulnerable moments. She leverages her sexuality, albeit in a deeply insecure manner, to manipulate men more impulsive and weak-minded than herself. When this fails, she attempts to destroy them. I really did mean it when I said that she should be examined as more than just an accessory to a man.
I'm just amazed that she probably does have active people like simping for her, actual men, so desperate that this is something they're shooting for.
Her recent rise to prominence in the lolcow sphere was as an accessory to KingCobraJFS, and I've seen very few people specifically address her divorced from that context. It was disappointing, but entirely unsurprising to see that she had such a pattern of clinging to men for relevance and clout. Tyler, Anthony, and now Josh. She continues to literally define herself by the men she pursues.
There's gonna be more, I'm sure.
When one leaves, she sheds the interests and affects of that person only to replace them with those of the next man. When I look at Jessica, I feel pity and disgust. I see the worst possible manifestation of some of my own issues. I see a haunting specter of what could have been. When we look at others and feel disgust, I think it says a lot about how we look at ourselves. Often, disgust is most strongly evoked when we see our own shadows exemplified in others. The socially vigilant, autistic man who prides himself on his ability to pass as neurotypical, recoiling in a particularly acute sense of revulsion when looking at Jupiter burning ponies outside of his group home because the person online lying to him obviously and pretending to be his girlfriend told him to do so. The mother who is a recovering drug addict, feeling incensed when watching someone choose drugs over their own children. The trans woman who just wants to go about life with discretion and dignity, watching the GameStop Meltdown Man video and wanting to crawl out of her skin from secondhand embarrassment. The sight of our own struggles conquering those like us is a jarring, complex form of social pain. We see their humanity as we see our own, but we want to reject it, to see them as something subhuman. It makes us feel like we were never at risk of becoming like them. Reflecting over how close or how far we are from them, there is wisdom to be gleaned from it. Anyway, I wanted to close this off with a sort of highlight reel of Jessica clips.
Okay, good.
Things that didn't necessarily fit into the context of what we discussed in this video, but ultimately were things I really want to share with you anyway. A lot of these will include things from a live stream I did a few weeks ago with chat, where we looked at the Bjorkdown meltdown of Jessica's, often considered her like first major video-based meltdown, wherein there is Bjork, there is topless shenanigans, and there is a lot of swearing and slurs, and it was a good time to watch. I mean, it was torture, but it was a good time. It was good torture. Anyway, I hope you enjoy them.
She loves her slurs.
I don't hate you, Jacqueline. I have nothing against you, Jacqueline, but your fucking boyfriend is a piece of shit.
Okay.
She's just trying to wash her face off. That's all.
I'm
That's
allowed
all.
to say that. Which people from the Cobraverse can say the not very nice word for gay? Jessica Boyle. She can't say it, but she says it every day.
So, Jacqueline, you don't even have to like me either. Because I'm going to call your
So much
boyfriend
issues with not
because
coming
that's
up
what
in
he
my
is.
chat.
Whoa!
Looks like you're coming up okay. I mean, I might have missed something, but yeah, see, you were saying that's what I was thinking, being bad about imagine a tranny. So I'm not sure. I think I've seen several things by you tonight. Now, if you have it set on top chat versus live chat, I know that can be an issue sometimes. But I do believe the actual stream is set for live chat. It is, yes. So we're set for live chat. So everything should show up. Because I do hate when they fucking... Why even have that option? Where the hell were we? There we are. Hey, Giggity Wing, welcome. Oh shit, what happened? We're not watching it again. All right, the rest of that was just clips anyways. Screw it. All right. So this is the body cam where the mom tries to get them to take her. Who goes to someone's like weird ass side door down a creepy alleyway instead of knocking on the front door?
Hi. I'm Officer McDonald, Beach Police. We got a call from someone about an argument that happened.
Yeah, got a crazy daughter.
Okay, is everything okay?
For now, yeah. I mean, she's in there cussing me out. But
I see the family resemblance. I see that waddle swinging in the wind.
Okay, does she want to talk with police? I know she's not the one who called. I think it was her sister.
I doubt it. I just want her taken away.
Just want her taken away.
Oh, well, do you know about the emergency custody process?
No.
Okay, so as officers, we can't take her away unless she meets a certain criteria. She has to tell us that she wants to hurt herself or others.
Oh.
But as her parents...
well, you could just give her channel ID and let them just watch her for a while. They'll probably take her away.
You guys obviously spend more time with her and know more of her mental health issues than we will ever know. So you have the option to go down to the magistrate's office, which is down at the courthouse, and let them know you're worried about her well-being, her mental health, and they can issue what is called an emergency custody order, which basically allows us to come here, take her into custody, and take her down to Virginia Beach General Hospital to get medically evaluated. So that's an option you guys have if you need it. They're going to ask you questions about, you know, how she takes care of herself, mentally, how is she?
Just go to the bathroom window and have a word with her, please.
Are you worried about her hurting herself? Or
hey, Harry Callahan, welcome.
Not to waste the water, because she had the water pouring in the tub. And for half an hour, she started yelling.
Imagine that water bill.
She just wants to wash her face, but she's so busy yelling at me and
that's
cussing
true.
me
That's
out.
true.
I mean, I don't know. She just, I can't take it anymore.
Okay, well, that's an option you guys can.
She's leaving tomorrow for about a week. I told her not to come back. I don't want her to come back. She's going to be 40 in June.
Well, that's an option you guys have. You can always do the emergency custody order. She'll go to Beach General, get medically evaluated, and then if they seem fit, they might send her to Virginia Beach Psychiatric Center to...
Maybe they're just too lazy to fill the paperwork out. I mean, I will order the work. I'll fill it out myself and mail it to them if they need help.
You know, start that whole process.
Okay, so it's called emergency custody order.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you guys need us back out here, just give us a call, okay?
All right, thanks.
No problem.
But just like, you know, Jessica, they give advice. They give her advice. They told her exactly what does she need to know, what she needs to do. But she's not going to be fucking bothered to do it. Why? I don't know. I always thought it was because it would take a while and they would have to deal with her in the meantime. And so this is from 5/9. So just 2 months later, less than 2 months later. And this is the one where she's on their side now, or she is on her daughter's side. So I don't want to go through the whole 30 minutes of it, but yeah, go to where the mom is here.
I don't know why you guys don't pass. Now what's going on?
Hey, what's going on? Did you call?
Nope.
Was anybody arguing around here?
Nope. It's an ongoing thing. I don't know why you guys don't pass down word that we've got some internet trolls harassing my daughter.
Where is your daughter?
You got internet trolls harassing your poor daughter, yet 2 months ago, you were trying to get us to take her away.
In the house, maybe. I don't know.
Can you go see, or can we go see, make sure she's okay?
Yeah, she's fine.
Okay,
Dysfunction junction.
If she's
What's
fine,
your
we'll get out of your hair,
function?
but we were called.
Yeah. It's getting so old.
Can you give me 1 second, please?
It's like harassment, you know? I mean,
let me make sure.
Yeah.
So that we can get the neighbors to their car. So we just need to make sure everybody's okay. All right, ma'am?
All right.
So yeah, the mental problems probably do run a bit in the family. Someone, you know, that adamant about, I just want her gone, and now this, less than 2 months. I mean, what does she do? All of a sudden change and become a nice person and was treating you right? Mom? No, of course not. God damn. All right, so where's that other video? That was the Wicked Origins that we just watched, which there were some clips near the end. That was the eulogy stream. And so this one I wanted to check out. Hopefully it's okay. Who was Queen Cobra with before King Cobra? And it looks like it's going to go over Xanthony and Blue God. So it might be boring. It might be exactly the same stuff, just told to us by a different person. We'll see what's up.
What a lie to... I love every music. I love it all.
I love every music.
Well, not all of it.
She has been on YouTube for countless years, and
And schizophrenic could be it. I sense a little bit of bipolar. I don't know if that's just my own experiences with a bipolar person, but kind of see it in the eyes. I could be just talking out of my ass, but I don't know.
The internet itself for 2 decades at the very least. Before King Cobra, Queen Cobra had a guy, and his name was Anthony. Reigning from New Jersey, he has a considerate criminal history with a penchant for beating on and threatening women. When Anthony, well, we can call him Xanthony now because he loves his Xannies.
Oh my god, I could use a fucking Xanax right now. I love that bitter taste. And in like 20 minutes, just calm, and then I'll be able to eat. My palms will stop sweating. I can't wait to get the fuck out of here.
I never could understand Xanax. I mean, I have the right chemistry for it. I never found any enjoyment. I didn't abuse it either, but it would just knock me out whenever I was prescribed it at one time. Just went to sleep.
We're gonna test this shit out. Let's see what's up with it. As you can see, my face is hella dry. I try to use a different soap. My sensitive skin can't handle it. So I'm gonna have to use.
It's like he has no eyes.
And then I'm gonna hit it with the Cetaphil at the end because I'm all dried out. My eyeballs, my little sensitive skin just can't handle the intensity. But first of all.
Also, it's one of those kind that it's supposed to knock you out, but if you force yourself not to fall asleep, then it starts to do other things, probably.
Let's see what this is like. And no, I would never drop the soap purposely, right?
All right, I don't really want to watch a grown man shower. Keep finding excuses not to have her removed. It's like, what are they getting out of it? What are they getting out of her being there? It's like, I don't know if she doesn't get any, like, special assistance that I know of. I mean, supposedly she cooks for them, which sounds like a fucking nightmare. Take a bunch and then go boost from the Walmart. Crazy shit. I don't like this video. The guy's voice, a little weird. And it seems like it's all about this Blue God thing, and I think we know all we need to know about him from the last video. Wand loop. The endless wand loop word count with King Cobra. We're going to watch a loop video. Where's my video of Cyrax quitting? I haven't watched the Cyrax video in a long time. And that's one of the better just gross videos. As if there can be a Cyrax video that's not gross. I think I called it Quitting a Cyrax Story. Shit, where is it? I must have deleted it. Damn. Which does happen. But that's not going to stop me. Quitting a Cyrax Story.
But with that being said, it's the end of my journey for now, guys. It's time for me to find the new path in life. It's time for me to go down the new road that God has planned for me. With that being said, I love you guys. Thank you guys for all the awesome memories, man. But with that being said, I love you guys. And I will see you guys over on Discord, man. It's been fun, guys. With that being said, guys, I love y'all, man. And I'll be seeing you guys. Stay safe, keep being badass, and keep being fucking awesome. And with that being said, I will see you guys on Discord, man. I fucking love you guys. I'm out, y'all. Stay safe, stay humble, look out for yourselves, and keep being fucking awesome. And don't let anybody tell you that you guys aren't awesome, because every last one of you is fucking awesome. And don't let anyone tell you fucking otherwise. You guys are fucking amazing. And I fucking love every single one of you guys. With that being said, this is Chance, aka Cyrax, signing off one last time. Thank you guys. Stay safe, stay healthy, and keep following your dreams. With that being said,
caught in a loop.
You guys are fucking amazing. And I fucking love every single one of you guys. With that being said, I love you guys. Peace. And remember, follow your dreams and never look back. I love you guys. With that being said, peace.
They had to play the whole thing because, you know, once Ween song starts, by law, you can't stop a Ween song. Set a sleep timer for himself. Oh, man. But what's the deal with Cyrax and Cobra? Well, they were, you know, sort of connected in lots of ways. Same communities were sort of intertwining, I guess. Gothy, the toothless Gothy, had a thing for both Cyrax and Cobra and sort of virtually messed around with both of them. I don't think Cobra ever wanted anything to do with Cyrax, but Cyrax just loved anyone with any kind of following and was trying to latch on to them. And so, but Cobra knew right away just how much of a sicko he was. It was one of the things, you know, normally he in his mind, trolls tell you something, it's got to be fake. But with Cyrax, you know it's not fake. You can see it for yourself. You can just see how creepy he is. There's just so much just evidence and so many videos of him just doing these awful things and just being a fucking idiot. So the whole sicko thing, he just knew that Cyrax is hated in a way that his trolls don't actually hate him. And so I think he was smart enough to know, stay away from that thing. And I'm sure there's probably there was panels out there, like with Courtney, like where both of them may have been on the same panel. It could have been he mouthed off to Cobra, which once you do that, Cobra's probably going to hate you anyways forever if you're not kissing his ass the way, you know, Courtney does. Anyways. All right, guys. Innate sicko sense. That's true. It's true. I think I'm going to cut her off for the evening. Hope you guys enjoyed that little bit of Kagra TV. Some very good information she brought. it brought, whatever you want to say. I don't know exactly what the deal is there. But I will try to get something good for tomorrow with that being said. So I will talk to you all tomorrow. I did want to ask though, do you guys like when I schedule the lives, or just fucking go live at 9? I go live at 9 every weekday, but I know sometimes people like being reminded, like with an alert from the scheduled live stream. Problem is, like, making that scheduled live stream actually go live sometimes. You can usually do it, but occasionally it screws up and creates a new live stream. But either way, I'll do a poll. See if it matters to anyone. Doesn't matter to me either way. So anyways, have a great evening. I will see you tomorrow. Exactly. If I stay alive all day, I wouldn't need to find you. Just be right there. That's absolutely true. Just have like a 24-hour fish tank feed just going. I have thought about doing that though, like so I can watch Charlie during the day, see she romps around the house and all that stuff. Anyways, good night, everyone.